Let's go now to Alyona Synenko, who is the regional spokesperson for Africa at the International Committee of the Red Cross. She joins me now live from Nairobi. Good to have you here with us on TRT World. How challenging was this evacuation operation, and how many orphans might still need to be evacuated?
This was indeed a very challenging operation because these children, and some of them we're talking about very small children, infants. The youngest is less than 1 month old. They spent some 6 weeks in an area where fighting was raging, and these kids, many of them, they have mental health issues. They need special care. So we found them in a very fragile and very difficult health state. So we were very worried, and for us it was a huge relief that all of them made it okay toward Madani. So we have evacuated all the children and caretakers that we found, and now, of course, we still worry about all the other civilians that are still trapped in Khartoum.
Alyona, can you expand on that for us? What is the humanitarian situation like for civilians in Sudan right now?
The situation for civilians in Sudan is dire. And if we talk about Khartoum, it's a heavily populated urban areas, and people have been without electricity, without clean water. Many had to resort to drinking water from the Nile, which is extremely unsafe and a public health hazard. Dead bodies lying on the street for days. So extremely challenging situation. But also Darfur, where also one of the biggest difficulties is even getting in touch with our team in Darfur, because the telecommunication networks are hardly working.
Alyona, we understand that many healthcare facilities and critical civilian infrastructure has been damaged in the wake of the fighting. I want to understand whether or not aid groups are able to reach the area, because about a month ago there were reports that international aid teams are not even able to go to Sudan right now. What is the situation for them?
We have our team in Sudan, and we managed to fly surgical supplies, and we reached about 10 hospitals in Khartoum and 3 hospitals in Darfur to be able to deliver the supplies. We worked with the health authorities to be able to do that. But this is a drop in the ocean because, as you said, the situation is extremely difficult. Healthcare is literally on the verge of collapse. We now have only 20% of health facilities in Khartoum that are still functioning. So they just need much, much more. And although we managed to deliver some supplies, but a much larger scale humanitarian response is needed to be able to really respond to those needs.
Absolutely. Alyona Synenko, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much for talking to us here on TRT World. Really appreciate your taking out the time.